Hello, and welcome back to Fatal Metal Tournament, as today we will be having the second stream match of the semi-finals and this time loser bracket. The honestly quite an exciting match between two great opponents, Maxim and Rikuima. I mean, you already know Maxim, very known, very good player. I believe he has already something along the 7 badges in his profile, which is kinda crazy, but against him in the semi-finals already, he has no small opponent, Rikuima. I mean, I do not believe that they are very open right now, they are very known, but they are absolutely an insane up-and-comer that is showing waves, that is showing that they are able to do that. Just recently they were on the winning team that won the Konyo Cup 6 Division 2, and that is only showing how great they are. So it will be a really interesting match to see, especially with latest very interesting match results. Unfortunately, they are meeting in those brackets, but you cannot really blame them. I mean, Maxim was able to do quite nicely before he was able to actually get deceivingly so, he had only 1 point against Secret Box in the quarterfinals match with him in the winner's bracket, but this 1 point does not represent anything because most of the maps were very close, especially those, I believe, Hard Rock ones, but nevertheless, the Secret Box was the better guy that time around, and because of that, he lost. The same as Rikuima, who was just not, I guess, ready enough in the round of 32 with her first and only so far loss against, I believe, yes, it was RC, and guess again in a very close performance. The match was going towards the tiebreaker, and I mean, there was no bad scores in this match, but Rikuima just wasn't sadly able to get this one this time around, but nevertheless, she was able to get this far again in the tournament, and while I'm talking, of course, we did have some rolls and there is already some action. Maxim was going to protect the DD3 and Rikuima has a protect for HD2, very expected, of course, a very speedy map for Maxim and just a hidden, I guess, proficiency from Rikuima shows itself, but we also do have a first ban from Rikuima, which would be DT1, kind of unexpectedly, because of course, while DT1 is not really the greatest of their abilities, not the greatest of their skill sets, but DT2 is on the table, and I guess Maxim is a big trouble. But it do also have now an honestly expected ban of HD3 from Maxim. Of course, a bit of a strange one, a lot of flow aim patterns with HD are not very welcome, and considering that he had some small mistakes and troubles with number 2 and overall flow patterns earlier in his matches, it makes sense. Of course it makes sense. But yeah, as we did get the first 2 bans, we still are waiting for 2 more, because in the same finals, of course, we have now 4 bans to distribute. And that is a big question. I mean, I'm pretty sure that should be a ban of DT2. I mean, of course, Rikuima is able to show herself on speed peaks. Of course, they are not any slackers on that, but I mean, it is Maxim. It is Ice Shark. You gotta ban it. But we do see some hesitation from them, and that might be a sign that there is another different ban incoming, which would be surprising. We do see Hard Rock 1. As much as I said that it is unexpected, that DT2 is not banned, I am not confused with the HR1 ban, that's for sure, because Rikuima did not show very good proficiency on Hard Rock, specifically pulls in the previous rounds, but yeah. And the following ban from Maxim, his second one, is number 1. And immediately after that, as I was saying, DT2 is on the table and Maxim will be taking it. We see DT2, very interesting map. I believe 290 BPM, if I'm not mistaken, might be. But it will be a big problem for any player, I believe, in this tournament, one way or another, except for maybe a few, and Maxim might be one of those few that should be able to get this map towards a close towards NFC. But well, it is how it is. It was a choice from Rikuima what to ban Hard Rock 1 DT2. For some reason DT1, but it is their choice, and I guess that makes sense. As we do see good luck have fun in the chat, that means that we will be finally getting into the first map of this match, and I'm most excited, I believe, out of everyone that should be watching this, because as I've said before, it might be very close, even if on this DT2, iShark is just such a genuinely impressive player on such a speed picks, but Rikuima should be able to get some counterparts on board, but it is not looking likely that DT2 would be the map to do so on, especially with those just nasty misses at the start, at the intro of the map, and yeah, an early combo and accuracy advantage to Maxim is granted as well. But we do see that Rikuima is able to recover quite well already. There is not a lot of accuracy drops or combo drops now. They are still going strong, but it is still Maxim that we are talking about, because he's absolutely trading that amount of performance from Rikuima so far, still holding at 98.77, going towards 99% in the first quarter on the map, and wow, so far already going through those insanely big 250 after all BPM streams, and just holding down this gas pedal and not letting down. It's insane, but we are still only a third of the map through, as we do see some more breaks from Rikuima. It seems more and more likely for Maxim to take this point, but he does find a break in the middle point of the map, and it might get some maybe chances for Rikuima, but it does not seem very likely, especially with some more breaks on those big, and a chain miss on those big flow 250 BPM streams. It's just not going very great for them. Well, it is expected, but we do see some more breaks from Maxim, which is also unfortunate, that's for sure. But hey, he was able to get this lead on his side with already 120,000 score difference in the halfway of the map through. I mean, it is as good as you can get in the semi-finals of the fundamental tournament. But yeah, there is still a lot of, not a lot, but there is still a third of the map remaining, and we might see some just maybe more greater performances just to get some more breaking rights on the board, for example from Maxim, but we would have to just see him walk in the same way as he was able to in the first half of this map without any breaks and a great accuracy. Actually, he was able to recover it also quite well, from I believe 94% already at 96, but they are still going so strong. Rikuima is trying to get some good performance from her out to getting some accuracy back from 86 or 89, I believe, back, but this chain miss, just unfortunate over aim, and it is already done. Maxim is also over aiming this big false swing too, but it does not cost him that much accuracy and or combo. Well, I mean, combo is of course very task-thin, but still 500k on this type of map in the semi-finals, 150 BPM, great big streams, 3-minute DT2 map. It's what you would expect from Maxim. Great performance and very deserved first point on the board for him. The question is now what to answer this for Rikuima, and immediately we do see the protect on the board HD2. I mean, there is no real reason to hold back, and it is showing now. The question is, would Maxim be able to now try to get the break point on the board? Probably not, because he's not as, I guess, He's not as showing on his HD skills as Rikuima was before, but you can always stream and there is always chance to do so, so it should not be a reason for Maxim to let down and relax, especially for potential some kind of another or a first breakpoint of the match. But yes, we are going into this small intro. We will be getting little by little of this taste of this map. This is very interesting. Again, a bit of a bigger one, almost I believe 4 minutes long, and it is pretty much filled with those nasty flow buttons, as we do see Maxim just getting way ahead of himself, playing in the future and just over tapping way too early on those simple circle patterns. But hey, it is still only the intro, it is a bad omen, but it does not matter if you do not believe on those, so you just gotta hold back and get into it. And as we are starting, we do see immediately big accuracy advantage actually for Rikuima, 97.5% accuracy against 89 from Maxim, which is not great, but what matters is if he will be able to get the other part of the map down, and it seems like he will be not, especially with the first big circle pattern on the map, and he's already getting a break, and the big accuracy drops in the first stream part of the map. He was traded a little bit before by Rikuima, but it is not enough at all, especially with some more drops. 8 hidden is definitely not the easiest of the mods for him, and Rikuima is just getting away with already 50,000 score difference in the first third of the map, which is already pretty great, but they have to not stay focused, not let those misses come in, especially as we are seeing Maxim already now with a combo lead in this map, and we just kinda say that there's a potential for him to get some score difference back, but it is unfortunately not enough as he finds some more misses, and now it is again back in the Rikuima's hands with ever so growing score difference advantage going towards her. In the meantime, we do see that there is of course some good recoveries from 89% accuracy to 92 almost from Maxim, but it is not looking great, that's for sure. But Rikuima finds another break on some aim buttons, and it might be at least some kind of a possible rope of hope for Maxim if he will be able to still hold this combo, hold this accuracy that he is able to recover so far, and already with 350 combo of his hand, wow, but the score difference is such a large one, 75,000 towards the Rikuima, and it is not looking great, that's for sure, as we will be finishing this slow part, and Maxim will be finding another break. After all, it seems like it is pretty much done and dusted, and even with this 80,000 score difference, it will be after all the first point on board for Rikuima. Even if we do see the last quarter still of the map remaining, it does not seem likely that Rikuima will be finding much more breaks, already with 360 combo back, going through those, I guess, relatively slow patterns, some just stable streams and bus sliders. It is more than enough for them to get some score advantage even bigger, to widen that gap between the two players on this first pick of Rikuima, and it seems like we will be finishing the map with almost 150,000 score difference towards the player of the blue Rikuima, and it is of course very expected, but you know, it is the first picks. You've gotta get through them, especially in such a tight, of course, competition, especially that I am expecting on the later maps of this match. Again, some great recovery at some point from Maxim, going from 89 already almost to 93% accuracy with 140 combo, relatively to 660 from Rikuima. It was not a bad score, not a bad performance, but it is definitely not enough to get back, to get this first break point on the board against Rikuima. And as we are going to be coming into DT3, protect from Maxim, the things will be getting a little bit more interesting because we might see some, again, great performance from Maxim and hope for some incredible performance, decisive performance from Rikuima too. As we do see the hidden mode from Rikuima, it seems like it will not be an easy map for them, especially with that just, I guess, a little bit of a too high AR for their comfort. And already at the start of the map, we do see some unfortunate accuracy just differences that show just the comfort on the map from the two players. And as we are going to the first against TI, we do see that accuracy difference is pretty much stable now. 70. Never mind that actually it was recovered even a bit towards the side of Rikuima with already 86%, so relatively to 77% accuracy from Maxim, and seems like it might just be going very close, especially as the both players are still holding in. No breaks, but Maxim is the first one to get the slider break, as Rikuima is still holding quarter of the map through an accuracy advantage and a combo advantage, and that might be just the first break point of this map on the protect of the team of red from Maxim, which is going to be absolutely insane. But as we are already again going little by little into the second KI, we are still seeing that Maxim is trying to recover. He finds another slider break, which might just not be enough. Rikuima is trading that, but that 100k score difference still remains. And with Maxim finding some more breaks, some more slider breaks, it is not looking very great for him, as he needs to somehow climb up and get the score a difference back to him. But Rikuima is just holding on, still with accuracy advantage, even if it is pretty much just getting closer and closer as Maxim is recovering quite well, already with 88% accuracy. But the combo is just such a big deal breaker for now, and Maxim might have to walk in, absolutely walk in to get this combo back, to get the score advantage towards his side, and he might need just to see a big breakdown from Rikuima as they are able to get back again with already with 500 combo back to their side. And it is not looking great for Maxim for sure, but looking great for us, for the viewers, as it might be finally the first breakpoint of this match on the protect. Very unlikely, but both of the players are still going strong, still no breaks in the end part, and it seems like it is just pretty much done and dusted. 140 now thousand score difference towards Rikuima. It will be after all the first break point with just somehow quite a decisive fashion for Rikuima. And as we are getting to the end of this map, we do see a break from Rikuima, but it is a little bit just too late for Maxim, as he is also finding another precise break, and it might just be after all the first. I mean, as I said before, it will be the first break point of this match, and incredible performance from Rikuima, getting absolutely getting much better scores than expected with 89 and with 89% accuracy from both of the sides, and the combo somehow very close, but Rikuima was just able to get that combo more consistently, not get those very important side breaks, and this was the decisive factor in this map. And as I said before already, I believe like 5 times, protect of the Maxim TT3 is the first break point, and it is going towards Rikuima. But of course, it is only the start of the match. It is only the small taste of what Rikuima is right now as an up and coming great tournament player, and Maxim has to get some warm up in, get those fingers moving a little bit better to get some points against them. But well, the question is now what to pick for Rikuima, because of course there is some interesting ideas, HD1, no mod 3, no mod 4 perhaps, with those very unnatural snapping and aim patterns, but we do see no mod 6, I mean of course after pretty, I would not say pretty decisive, but of course a better performance on reading pick of the match on HD2, no mod 6 would be the logical continuation of that idea, and we are seeing it on the board of course. Shotgun Symphony, what a great song, what a great map. Older than, of course, almost all of us that are playing this game, but it will be one of the interesting, I guess, contested, more or less contested points on the board, as we are going to be seeing Maxim vs Rikuima on this no mod 6. A big hard rock 2, but with all AR, I mean, it's going to be a hell to play for sure, but we'll see how it will work out, because Rikuima is not very proficient on hard rock. I'm not so sure if it is because of the AR or precision aspect of it, but Maxim is on the other hand feeling pretty nicely on those, so it might be just more contested than expected, even with the low AR nature of this map in particular. But as we do see the first break on the same pattern from both of the players, we do see of course some accuracy advantage towards Rikuima, which is expected on the low AR, but there is a lot of breaks from both of the sides, so it will still be getting, the score difference will be stagnant, very close, as we are still seeing. Finally, after the break from Maxim, the score difference is going very slightly towards Rikuima, especially before she was able to break just now, and now with only 2000 points score difference, it is not going to be an easy map for either of them. There's already quite a few breaks from both of the sides, and Maxim again somehow with a combo advantage on this type of a map. Of course, as I was saying, it is a big ask to get better on this type of precision, combined with of course some gimmick and raw AR properties against the Maxim, and we are seeing this, that it might have been a bad idea to pick this map after all, as he is getting ahead with already 20k score difference in the first quarter of the map, going towards Maxim with 95% accuracy against 94.5 from Rikuima, and as we are getting a little bit of a slower section with precise big sliders, Maxim will only be getting more and more combos so far, and the question is if Rikuima will be able to recover from that. And so far it seems like it might be actually quite doable, as Rikuima is also getting all that combo back, and it's the first big reading pattern Maxim was able to break, but Rikuima did after all trade on the further one. Precision aspect of this map is not going too greatly for Rikuima, at least for now, and as we do see a big combo reset from both of the players, there is still 35,000 score difference going towards Maxim, and it is not going to be an easy hill to get on, as there is only, of course we are going only into the second half of the song, but it is still not going to be really easy, especially as Maxim is still holding on, he's still somehow holding the accuracy advantage against Rikuima, and this combo difference is very small, only in the tens of combo, and it is not looking great. Rikuima needs to see some big breaks very soon from Maxim, but they are not coming, at least for now, especially in the break area of this map. Yes, we are going to some more patterns. We do see Rikuima breaking first after all in this big pattern, big precision patterns, and Maxim is just running away with just getting some revenge for his DT3 pick, getting some breakpoint of his own, as we just might be able to see another breakpoint, but the score difference is still pretty stagnant, especially with some more accuracy drops and misses and flat breaks from Maxim in the end part of this third quarter. But as we are going to be getting into the last quarter of this map, we will be seeing some more breaks from Maxim. It's immediately traded by Rikuima, so it is still relatively stagnant, but it is not going to be easy for either of the players. They might have just seen after the break that they are really close, only 40,000 score difference, just a small ability to get some combo on board, and especially with Maxim breaking, it is a big opportunity for Rikuima to get some points on board, but she does find some more breaks, and it seems like it will be, after all, a very close contest, and Maxim finds another break, so there is another chance for Rikuima to get some more points, maybe possibly get it around if we see some more breaks from Maxim, but it seems like the map will be, after all, ending pretty much right now, unfortunately, with only some small amount of combo left and 36k. But with this accuracy drops, it might be very close, as Rikuima and Maxim still are holding combo, but another miss or slider break for Maxim might just get enough for Rikuima to get the score advantage back to her, as the accuracy drops were much more devastating to Maxim than expected, going from 35,000 to already 10k score difference. But we are not seeing any breaks from Maxim, and Rikuima did find another break, and it seems like it will be, after all, the second break point of this match, going towards Maxim on Nomad 6 against Rikuima. What an unexpected turn of events, that's for sure, oh my god. In the 4 picks so far, we are having two break points at the start of the match, oh my god. Of course, we do see some complaining from the Rikuima side that this is the lowest score, I believe in the local, but it is how it is a match, and you gotta roll with what you get right now, and it is just barely enough for Maxim to get a W, another point for him on the scoreboard, as we are going to be getting towards number 2 pick from Maxim. It is, of course, a little bit of a harder one, because in the previous rounds Maxim did have some trouble with the number 2 picks. He was more likely to lose them than to win, but who knows, against Rikuima he might be feeling good about himself, but he is the first one to get a break on this number 2 pick, and close to 110 BPM streams. It will be a stamina pack and fall impact map this time around, and it seems like it might be again a little bit of too much trouble for Maxim this time around, as he does find another break, and the accuracy gap right now is just tremendous, almost 94% accuracy from Maxim, but 98.3 from Rikuima. It will not be an easy, again, hill to climb, but Maxim is definitely trying, but his trying is not enough, because he does find another side break, and it is not looking great for sure, and a miss on top of that, as Rikuima is still getting the accuracy on her side. We are already seeing a 30k thousand score difference in the first quarter of the number 2, which is kinda insane in this type of matchup, but it is still way too early to say something for sure, as we do see some more big chain misses from Maxim, just unfortunate over aims, and it's not great. It is going to be given a lot of an advantage towards Rikuima. Already is 80k and is growing pretty fast, as we do see some more misses from Maxim, but it seems like Rikuima is just going insanely hard on this number 2, still holding 98.55, not letting any stamina issues get to her, as we are still seeing, I believe, a full combo from her, which Maxim is sadly just not able to match, at least for now. So far so good, but the slider breaks are pretty much the pain of him, as we are getting, after all, the second part of the map. Just the combo difference is not looking good, but what a great performance again from Rikuima, already 1100 combo, and is going strong, 98.4% accuracy, and just she refuses to miss, refuses to find this combo break, as Maxim is finding another one. Thankfully not a chain miss, but still it is not great, that's for sure, as he was able to recover some accuracy, but it does not matter. especially against the performance from Rikuima, as she is just going strong. Still, I've seen the map never mind on the big jump of the map she finds after the first break, and even with that, it is still a great performance with 98.3% accuracy. Never mind, there is quite a big chain from her side, but it does not matter. It is still over 280,000 score difference towards Rikuima, and as we are getting into this last part, it is just done. The great performance in the middle of the map from Rikuima was more than enough to get another point on board, and I believe with this, after all, a third break point of this match. In the 5 picks we are having 3 break points, which is kinda crazy, that's for sure, but well, I would even say it is a bit expected because Rikuima is doing pretty much great on all of these no mod speed maps, and Maxim is not looking very good, especially in the last couple of matches, finding some misses and unfortunate slider breaks on slow aim maps, and well, we are seeing that Maxim doesn't seem to really learn from his mistakes from the previous rounds, as number 2 is again going as a point towards Rikuima, and we do see HD1 from Rikuima, very again expected point on board. HD is pretty much the bull that she wants to abuse against Maxim, and HD1 is just a continuation of that idea, as we are going to be seeing, of course, a little bit more of a convenient map. There is not a lot of, I guess, full aim patterns or very big jumps, but it is still revolving. It is a hard map, it has a 230 BPM burst, and well, I feel like it should be at least decently comfortable for both of the players, but the HD difference might just be enough for Rikuima to get another 4th point on the board, and we will be here to see it. Or might as well see another break points towards the Maxim, who knows, as we are getting into this map after all, and it seems like it is, of course, the comfortability is going towards Rikuima, that is still holding the double S after the intro of the map, and Maxim reaches already 95-96% accuracy so far, but the biggest problem is that the combo is still here. Both of the players are holding FCs. Never mind, I think Maxim was able to get some unfortunate breaks at the start of the map in the intro, in the first 10 combo of the map, but it does not matter because both of the players are still going strong. The accuracy difference is closing down a little bit, as Maxim is not letting any hunters go towards his way, but Rikuima is still going strongly in the quarter of the map, she is still holding the double S, 100% accuracy perfectly, but you gotta still hold on, because the great performance at the start of the map does not mean much if the other player is going to be able to match it more or less, as Maxim is still recovering quite well. She hasn't combo now in the map. The Maxim is already at 98% accuracy, but he does find a break on a burst pattern on this map, and it is not looking great, but Rikuima was able to trade it, I believe, is a slider break. What is it saying? Difference, because the score difference now is not going to be way too big towards her, as the accuracy is also dropping quite a bit from Rikuima. Maxim was able to recover quite a bit, only a 0.5% accuracy difference between the two, and the combo advantage is actually now going towards Maxim, as we are getting into the second half of the match with only 30k score difference in the favor of Rikuima, and it is just a prime position for Maxim to get the advantage in and get the first break point of the match right here and right now, but he needs to hold down, he needs to get the accuracy and especially the combo back in his favor, just get through it and do not let any of the obstacles get to him. And it seems like so far he's doing pretty much great. Rikuima is of course matching, the accuracy difference is going down as Rikuima finds some more hundreds on her way, but it does not matter because the score difference is still standing. It is slowly going towards Maxim. 16k, now 15k, but we do see a big break. big break from Rikuima, and it seems like it might not come into Maxim unless he gets some more chain misses in the middle of the map on the big screen. The same as Rikuima, and now the 8,000 score difference between Rikuima and Maxim, but it is in the advantage to Rikuima. It seems like that the accuracy advantage that she was able to get in the start of the match might just be the decisive factor, and it will be, after all, what makes or breaks the point for Rikuima, as we have seen an 11,000 score difference between the two players, and just 0.5% accuracy between the two. What would be getting the point on the board for Rikuima this time around? Oh wow. Almost a fourth straight, maybe not in the fourth, or maybe a fifth straight point of the match, but you do see now again a peak from Maxim, and it is no more 5. Phew. I mean, wow, after the HD1 it was way too close for comfort for both of the players, but Nomad 5 is not, at least in my prediction, it is not going to be any easier to watch, because Nomad 5 is pretty much the map that is pretty consistent, pretty good for both of the players involved. Rikuima was doing very great in the early stages on all of Nomad 5s that she was able to play, and Maxim was doing great too, so it might again just cut down to double C in accuracy that we have seen before in the matches of PES against Ranisani, for example. But as we are getting into the start of the match, we do see, at least for now, a small accuracy advantage towards Rikuima, as Maxim is getting some chain hundreds on those bursts, and already getting at 96, or never mind, 97% accuracy, but we do see a break from Maxim, and that is very not great. Of course, the map is going to be a big one, but you're not allowed to get sudden breaks like that on those back and forth sliders. It is not great, but it is what is happening in already this over 300 combo advantage towards Rikuima, and still holding a double S. Rikuima in the first quarter will come up. Never mind that she got some coverage, but it doesn't matter. The score difference will be going very quickly towards her, but it is still somehow a lot of map left, three quarters of the map left, and as Maxim is going to be still fighting an uphill battle, as he's going to be getting some more combo and trying to recover some accuracy, but it seems like he's just not able to get those iron patterns, small snap iron patterns that are just breaking his combo. Unfortunately, it seems like he will be getting again small advantage for Rikuima, who was able to get some breaks of her own, but it does not matter because this combo now is pretty much stable, but the accuracy is not over a percent accuracy advantage towards the Rikuima. For now, it's making the difference. It is getting the 50,000 score difference, as we are seeing some more breaks from Maxim, and it is not looking great at all for him, as he might be getting another break point on his own pick, and it is not looking great, especially as he's trying to hold on, but it's not looking great because Rikuima is getting it down the same or even a little bit better, even with some hundreds that just came her way. It is still 98.8% accuracy from her and 97.6% from Maxim, and the combo advantage is still going strong for Rikuima, especially with some more missiles from Maxim, and as we are getting slowly towards the second part of the map, maybe the last third even of the map, it's still looking very great for Rikuima to get another breakpoint, the third breakpoint for her almost in a row, I'm pretty sure. Already with the 100k score difference, it is not great, especially with Maxim, that was able to get some more breaks along the way, and oh wow, as we will be getting the last quarter, Maxim just needs to pray for a big breakdown from Rikuima if he wants in the sliver of a chance to get some recovery and get this point back to him, his own pick, but it does not seem like it will be happening anytime soon. But never mind, we do see a big slider break from Rikuima, and the accuracy drops to come with that, as we do see Maxim was able to get the combo through that, but it seems like in the last quarter it might be a little bit worse than expected, especially if Rikuima will be able to get some more accuracy drops or even chain misses on this in the saving of the map, but it does not seem like she's able to, at least for now, and Maxim is still getting some good recovery. Already is hard combo in his way, in his pocket. It is still just not enough, as he just too much breaks in the start of the map, in the middle of the map, as just what is getting him in the coffin, and it seems like it will be after all another break point for Rikuima. He's going strong, he's trying, he's getting some accuracy back, he's very close in accuracy wise with Rikuima, but it is not enough, as Rikuima is able to hold on after the unfortunate sudden break in the end of the map, and it is just, even with the score advantage going down, it is still standing at 83,000 score point advantage towards Rikuima, and we are getting into the fuck, I forgot the name for it, but it does not matter. Rikuima needs only one more point to get a W, to get a win after all in the semi-finals loser bracket, as she is getting another break point from Maxim. And the biggest trouble for Maxim, for iShark, is that Rikuima is the one picking the next map. What a performance! Honestly, what a great performance, especially from Rikuima. Again, S rank, there was only slight break so far from her, at least on this number 500k score from on this type of map. It's kind of insane, kind of, I'm not even sure a lot of players in the semifinals will be able to really match this type of score, but what I do know is that Maxim was not able to for sure, and with this score difference, 5 points to 2, it is not looking great. Pick is in the Rikuima's hands, and it seems like it will be after all DT4. Oh wow, it is a bit of a wild pick for sure. DT4, I'm not even quite sure what exactly is the skill set of this map in question of the DT4, but I do believe it was some kind of an aim, maybe snap out, something like that, which is, I guess, slightly different from what Maxim was losing on so far in this match. But to be fair, there is not a lot of maps that are abusing, that have the same skill sets after all. There's only so much maps in this pool, and they are bit by bit are counting down, as we will be getting the DT4 a little bit of an unusual place for Rikuima, especially as we see a hidden mode from her. It might be closer against unexpected, as we are getting in, and it seems like Maxim is actually getting the stun advantage with some maybe accuracy, but he does find some breaks, and Rikuima is able to recover accuracy also quite nicely. Maxim finds some more breaks. Oh, that is not looking great. A lot of breaks, a lot of silent breaks, and it is just a very hard performance against Rikuima. I mean, as she finds some breaks of her own, but it does not matter. The 98.2% accuracy from her, it is not something to joke around, and it will be getting a 50,000 score advantage towards her, as they are closing the first out of the map. Rikuima finds some more breaks, and feels like it might be a little bit rope that Maxim might be holding on to, especially if he will be able to hold the combo, but he's not after all. The slider breaks. It is all about slider breaks for him, and it seems like it might be something that he needs to work on later on in his career, but for now, it seems like Rikuima is pretty much in the prime position to get a final point on board, as we are heading into the last third of the map, and the score advantage is almost 100k towards Rikuima. Maxim was able to recover some combo again, but with this miss, it is not looking great, especially as Rikuima is not finding a miss of her own, especially even with Hidden, which is arguably making this map a little bit harder, especially with this fall aim button, but Maxim is just not able to hold on. Those fall aim, those just way too high BPM jumps, fall aim buttons are not comfortable enough for Maxim to get some combo in, and it seems like it will be, after all, a last point to Rikuima, and what a performance again from the both players, but it is kind of crazy. It is after all tournament, it is a semi-finals match, it is very far, and only the best remains, and this time around Rikuima was after all the better player of this match, and all you have to do is just appreciate the performance that we were able to see and hope for the best in the future for Maxim, as he might just be able to get back stronger after this loss. But for now, it means that he will be eliminated after all in this tournament, and Rikuima will be advancing towards finals of the loser bracket. Unless there is another semi-finals match, but I believe there is not one. So it will be after all a finals match for Rikuima next. Which would be great to watch, especially considering that just the type of players that are still left in the tournament. For example, Rani Sunny, who is still holding great, trying his best. I believe he will be playing soon, unless he after all FF, but it does not matter. What matters is the fact that we did see great performance, and this semi-finals match between Maxim and Rikuima has ended. Again, big props to Rikuima. Big thank you to Jersey for streaming this. Big thank you to Kirby, I believe, for refereeing this match. No, it was not. Yeah, it was Kirby. And big thank you to you, a watcher, for watching this match and enjoying this tournament. Good luck, and watch a match of Vannachi versus Aikarusi. They are going right now, and it seems like it might be a little bit closer than it is right now.